Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. We have got epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community here because of you. You've been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there. I timestamp them as I go. You can pick and choose or watch back on up the speed, the playback speed to 1.25. I do that a lot on YouTube. So, thank you everybody for being here and your patience with me and everything. I gotta say, new shampoo and conditioner, which I guess is always good for a change. But if you meet me and you're like green garden and toothpaste, yeah, it's herbal mint, yeah, green garden and toothpaste, yeah, that's probably about right. So, or what? But what would a bald spot on your head would totally be like anything but a cavity? I mean, duh. Anyway, speaking of duh, let's start out with a message from the former president of the United States. The Georgia grand jury report has just been released. It has zero credibility and badly taints Fani Willis and the whole political witch hunt. Essentially, they wanted to indict anybody who happened to be breathing at the time. It totally undermines the credibility of the findings and badly hurts the great state of Georgia, whose wonderful patriotic people are not happy with this charade. An out of control prosecutor doing the work of and for the DOJ. Election interference. This has been a message from the former president of the United States. Okay. Hello. All right. Let's jump into today's questions because he's all upset. He's all in his feelings. So Michelle L brought up this morning at 3 minutes. I'll just say 3 minutes in. Michelle L brought up the DC grand jury that indicted Trump in the January 6th case met again yesterday. Can we expect more indictments from them this month? Oh, and don't worry, we'll get to Georgia. Just hang on. So DC grand jury that indicted Trump in the January 6th case met again yesterday. Can we expect more indictments from them? If so, will Republican Congress critters be among them? Yes, because there's some interesting stuff that came out in the grand jury report that was released earlier this morning. I was watching MSNBC when the news broke. All right, grand jury, DC grand jury. That again yesterday. Seven of Wands. So on the far right, on the defensive, I'm shocked. I'm sure you're shocked too. Six of Wands. Your great victory, huh? Victory. Three of Pentacles. Working to overthrow the country. Lovers. Oh, cult members. Three of Cups. Ooh, we may be quite pleased. Nine of Wands. And those on the far right are going to feel beaten up. I would say this, well, what the cards are saying, what common sense would say is, yeah, the people who tried to overturn the election and steal a victory through their own plans and their swilling of the covfefe, and this is us being quite pleased when these jerks start feeling the heat. Yeah. Okay. Having trouble these days. It's so good to finally have some clouds, but at the same time, there, that's better. At the same time, it does weird things to the lighting. All right, good. Now we can see the cards. All right. Yeah, this does not look good for January 6th, people. No. Oh, who said that? Be Grateful said, I'm so tickled Navarro got his paws smacked. Well, he's pretty awful. See, it did it again. Hello, train. See, if I do this, it's too dark. I do that, it's too bright. I turn on auto exposure, it stays too bright. So we'll go with, is that all right, or is that too dark? Because at least that we can see that. Anyway, I'm sure we'll revisit this later. Oh, well. Anyway. At 7 minutes 15 seconds, 7:20, 7 minutes 20 seconds in. And by the way, I just want to throw something in here, and I'm just gonna. This is just an idea I want to throw out there. All right, I could be wrong, but sometimes we use terms or we say things that don't age well. So with Lindsey Graham, I realize the hypocrisy. I realize what it is reported about him. But I've even had him come up as, a queen rather than a king. It doesn't matter. Gender is a spectrum. But I don't know that we should always refer to him like he's a woman. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's going to age well. But he's still a hypocrite. He's still awful. And I still despise him. Just a thought. But you do you. Oh, the other thing. Cash has his correction corner. I guess I've got one too. A clarification. It's not really corner. Clarification cubby. I said the other day that Trump chose to be a narcissist. Let me clarify. Someone in the comments was kind enough to point out that people who are depressed do not choose to be depressed. People with OCD do not choose to have OCD. I totally understand that. What I should have said was that people who are narcissists, like people with OCD or people with depression or people with any kind of mental issue that's affecting their life going on, should really seek help. And especially if they can afford it, really should get help. In that sense, Donald Trump could get help. And he's not the only man who is that age who has sought mental help for issues. He chooses not to. in that respect, he chooses to not change, to not get better, to not try to improve. So I just want to throw that out there. I said that he chooses to be a narcissist only in the sense that he chooses not to get help. And he has every opportunity. Every opportunity. So just throwing that out there. All right, back to the questions. Okay. 10:40. So Fani Willis has asked the judge to grant special protections to the jurors, both past and upcoming, and other people associated with the case against Trump and his allies. For good reason. Electro, can a narcissist be helped, though? Yes. It's rare, but oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There are narcissists who get help and get better. But anyway, trying to protect the jurors and the witnesses. This comes after threats from Trump supporters and Qanon members who've been doxxing and harassing anyone they can find without Trump telling them to stand down, because of course he does. He hasn't. According to experts, this is a checkmate against Trump and can lead him to being gagged about talking about this trial. What will happen? Five of Wands. So they're trying to cause as much chaos as possible. That's just what they're doing. Four of Swords. Strength. Magician. Page of Swords. Page of Wands. Childish, stupid behavior. This is the strength of trying to silence. This is legally quiet as a tomb. So legally, the strength of the silence, the legal decision here. But Trump's a con man, and he still has minions who are going to be awful. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Bismo. I won't read it out loud, but it was a comment earlier in your response, and yeah, I'm with you. I'm just one of those people. I just think everybody should keep their clothes on in public, just across the board. That's just me. So, because I mean, Fani Willis is at this point is expecting there to be potential jurors saying, "Look, I don't feel safe. I don't want to be a juror here. I don't feel safe. I don't think I'd feel safe. Honestly." Lovers. Yeah, the people who are just off the deep end. Off the deep end. Following the crooked king. Two of Cups. All right, there will be some protections. 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords. So there definitely will be some protections. And yeah, I mean, the only way this is going to stop is if you come down really hard on everyone involved, or even potentially involved. I mean, look, I'm not exactly a spring chicken, but when I was growing up, if you made any kind of threats against somebody, certainly politicians or anybody, you would get police knocking on your door. There needs to be more of that if we want this to get better. So my next question is 15. Will Georgia have trouble seating a jury? There are multiple juries. Man. All right, so for the RICO trial, for Trump's case specifically, but will they have trouble seating a jury? Or will there be too many people who are just like, I mean, granted, you always get the people like the foreman of that one particular grand jury in Georgia who was like, "Hi, everybody, let me go on camera, and I got to shake Rudy Giuliani's hand," and I'm thinking you should disinfect that. But okay, 6 of Wands, far right victory. Yeah, not good. World. Oh, it's definitely for the big enchilada. Ace of Cups. I talk about, I mean, like, you think the fake electors feel small. Well, at least they have their hubris to keep them warm. The people who are willing to be on these juries, they're there because they were told to be there, and they show up and they're just trying to do their duty. Oh, this case is going forward. Oh, it's definitely, but it's a big deal. There will be some nervous people. Page of Pentacles. I wonder if you almost have to sequester this jury. Problem is, I mean, how can you? Because it's going to go on for 4, 5, 6 months. And who can afford to do that? I mean, there's doing your duty, and then there's decimating your own future, your own career, your, But this case is going forward against Trump in Georgia, and it's a big deal. And there are these plans, this Page of Pentacles here and this 3 of Pentacles here. This is, he's stacking up the plates. He's getting everything just so. This is a plan. Man. It's like it's like the Super Bowl coming to is going to be taking place in whatever little town you live in the city hall. Cindy is saying, I thought going forward the juries were going to have hidden identities. Well, that's what Fani Willis is asking for now. But that doesn't mean that some of this information can't leak out. Tower. This is huge. Paula says, I thought employers were not allowed to fire you over jury duty. Oh, but it's not just that. It's childcare. It's what if you're an entrepreneur? What if you're self-employed? What if, it just, anyway, I'm just saying. All right. So they'll manage it, but my gosh, this is. Elizabeth Farmer is suggesting perhaps this is Pluto pointing out yet another flaw in our judicial system. Oh yeah, the hierarchy. Who can really afford the lawyers and who can't? The good lawyers. Who gets destroyed financially by having cases brought against them, justifiably. But who there is raising stupid amounts of money, is living high on the hog, who there is barely scraping by and is making massive sacrifices to keep our judicial system going. Meanwhile, you have people like Trump. Talk about inequality. Man. Yogi says, I'd love to be on a jury. Sarah, who comes on here with me, my bestie, she loves jury duty. Loves jury duty. She also likes going to the dentist. So, all right. We'll get through it. All right. This is what I was talking about at the beginning at 2110. Oh, I missed a question. I'll get back to it. John Rice was asking, per MSNBC this morning, 21 other people were recommended by the Georgia Special Grand Jury to not be charged, including Lindsey Graham, Loeffler, and Epshtyn. Do they still need to worry, or have they cooperated behind Orangina's back? Yes, Jeannie, how much justice can you afford? Yes. So, Lindsay, and some of the others. Only 3 for Lindsay and 3 for some of the others. CC Ryder, yes. Mike Flynn, Lynn Wood. Oh, they're all kinds. Yes, be grateful. It really frustrates and annoys that the doxxing is on a Russian site and cannot be removed. That's true. Fani Willis asked for help from Homeland Security, I believe, and they said, we can't do anything. It's on a Russian site. Ace of Wands. Well, the jury says you did stuff. And as much as because one of the things that the report breaks down is how many of the people in the grand jury voted to bring charges against it. It shows this person, this many jurors voted to bring charges against that person. This many people voted against that. This many people abstained. And some people are saying, well, Lindsey Graham, he had 13 people say yes and 7 people said no. And, that's one of the biggest, levels of no votes and all of this. It's like, I'm sorry. Could we just put the fuzzy math aside for a minute? It's like elections. This isn't horseshoes. 13 jurors said Lindsey Graham should be indicted, should be charged. That's a lot more than 7. So, yeah. All right, Lindsey Graham. 9 of Cups. These jurors did. They looked at the evidence that was presented. Page of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. There's talk. I'm wondering if the reason Fani Willis, did she not include Lindsey Graham in the group with Trump? Did she not bring charges because he's a senator and some of this might come under the speech and debate clause? Or Well, we'll find out. We'll find out why she didn't bring charges. But I wonder if he's cooperating in any way, or he cooperated and he was like, I did this, I did that. Doesn't mean he's going to admit that he did anything wrong. But yeah, I called, I did this, I said that, this is what happened. It's the person on the other end of the phone saying the exact same thing. This was I was concerned about the election, strength of the election. I had a question about the ballots. This isn't a big deal. Of course, it's a big deal, but that's what he's. All right, what about everybody else? Off the deep end, four of wands. Whoa, some of them are feeling very mighty relieved today, saying, oh, they could have indicted me and they didn't. So whew, I'm off the hook. I'm going to go hang out at Mar-a-Lago. Ace of Cups. This would be a new start. Not a start for these people. Cups would be Fani Willis, would be the DOJ or Jack Smith or somebody. This would be on the other side. This is a whole new start. Hello. Something new. Brand spanking new. So are we talking about superseding indictments? Tower. I wouldn't get too cozy. I wouldn't get completely cozy. Seven of Cups. Illusion, delusion, fakery. Page of Pentacles. Death cards in the middle. High Priestess. You don't know everything that's going on. Justice card. Obfuscation, nonsense, lies, fog, what have you. Organizing all the pieces. Yeah, see, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Really? Because I've got three major arcana here of death, secrets, and justice that are coming for little old yous, plural. You, plural. I'd say don't get too comfortable. That's what they're saying. So Michelle Ellis is pointing out that Fani Willis told Lindsey Graham he wasn't a target when she subpoenaed him. Also, Graham's phone call was an overt act, not a, hang on, predicate act. Overt acts aren't illegal, predicate acts are. Okay? Obersard says, I noticed that Jack got the oath creepers and the arrogant toddlers convicted first. True. Card down, card down. Hang on. Where'd you go? Ah. Okay. Hierophants, governments, High Priestess again, 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. We're going to be very happy. There's something going on in secret right now. Government, something's going on in secret we don't know about yet. Oh, right beneath that is Judgment and the Chariot. Right beneath. So, look, the cards are saying consistently. How many? I've done what? Four readings. Three readings now. 4 readings. They're all saying the same thing. Yeah. So, yeah. Earth Yogi says, I'm going to need some pancakes after all these High Priestess cards. I know, right? I don't have a proper kitchen, so I can't really have pancakes anymore. It's really stinky. And they don't make vegan ones. like the frozen type that you'd pop in the toaster. They don't, it's just, I know. Of all the things to worry about in life, please let this be the worst thing I have to deal with. But I miss them. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Joe, Eliza, cards are saying buckle up. I agree. All right, at 30:30, let me go back to Di H's question. Actually, 30:40. Will they have enough funds from the dinner Trump hosted for Giuliani's legal fees to make a difference? Did anyone hear about what happened last night at the dinner? Have we heard any details, any gossip? Whoops. I know roast blue, but I don't have a way to make pancakes is my point. I don't have a stove. So anyway. All right. Let's see here. Giuliani. Yes, Giuliani, Raymond. Yes. Hermit. Did Trump even show up? Yes, Glenn Bird. Seems like the bikers were more takey than givey. Yes. Visualize 70 said, I heard from one MSNBC broadcast they were trying to raise $1 million. I understand now. I appreciate you trying to help me. I did try getting a small little skillet thing. It didn't actually get hot enough. I don't know why. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to move on, but I appreciate you trying to help me. Giuliani, Empress, Chariots. This is actually what's against him. Two of Cups. No matter what they raised, it's a drop in the bucket. No matter what they raised last night. Yeah, Sharon Rice. And how much of that would be Orangina's cut? Oh, Belle, you have no reason to say you're sorry. You're awesome. Thank you. Ugh. Yeah, Giuliani is toast. He's a briquette. He is done. Done. Oh, that does remind me, though. We should check in on the fundraiser for the Michigan electors, the 16 Michigan electors who are facing charges. Let's see. I've got it open. Let's see. I agree, Cherry Bomb. Giuliani. All right, share screen. Now, their goal is $800,000. And that would be $50,000 each for each of the fake electors who are being charged. And where is it? Here we go. Give, Send, Go, Michigan electors. They have raised, hang on, let me refresh, make sure, yep, current number, $136,000. Hang on, come on, calculator, work with me here. 136,613 divided by 16 equals $8,500. Two hours ago, 38 minutes ago, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 7 hours, 14 hours. So it's still ongoing, but it's not exactly going gangbusters. So John France, why are they all smiling? I don't know. Glenn Bird said that's about a week's worth of lawyering. Yeah, I was just thinking, it was like, who here has gone through some kind of something in court, or a divorce or something else? Did it cost you less than $8,000 for something complicated? Just wondering. So, oh well, but they raise money for them, I guess, assuming they get it all. Mel is saying many good lawyers charge in excess of $400 an hour. Yeah. Raymond says they'd be better off with a court-appointed lawyer. Yeah, I mean, there are some court-appointed lawyers who are very good. They just tend to be overworked, is the problem. Lucky Girl said, you just need to get Donkey to make you waffles. All right. Getting him to shut up, that's a trick. 3640. And in case you were wondering, so what did that say? Is Giuliani gonna, did it raise lots of money for him? What I got was, it will be, whatever it was, it will be a drop in the bucket. He is so doomed by his own actions. So anyway, all right, at 37 minutes in, Thankful had a question. 37:05. Will Judge McAfee dismiss Mark Meadows and Trump's request for removal of their case from state to federal court? I thought, is that McAfee's decision? I thought that was like I thought that was a federal judge's choice. Is it actually McAfee's choice? Please let me know. Oops, sorry. I do not pretend to know everything. So, the third host is, I think the feds have to rule on that. That's what I thought, but I don't know. So, Trump and Meadows. Tina Childers is saying it's a federal judge's decision. I understand. Okay. All right. Meadows, Trump. So will you get to move things to federal court and pretend that that's going to help you any, considering that even in a federal court, you're still going to be tried by Fani Willis. And pardon, the ability to be pardoned, to the best of what I've heard, is it doesn't change. You're still under the rules of potential pardons that are set up in Georgia, which means you can't get a pardon until 5 years after you have completed your sentence. Hierophant government. I guess big government. Meadows, 8 of Pentacles. Working. 2 of Pentacles, very shaky ground. Ace of Swords. This could be a new beginning, but it just feels like a very sharp blade. Meadows is going to be legally, let's say, a paper cut, a really big paper cut. I don't want to be gross or horrible, but it just feels really, really sharp, and it's Meadows who's going to feel it. That's what that feels like. Trump, are you going to be able to remove your case to federal court? Not that that will do you any good, but sure. 4 of Wands, High Priestess, Chariot. Not a chance, bucko. He wants the whole thing done. If he wants it all thrown out, and if not, he should be able to do it so he can just stay home every day. But higher wisdom and secrets in the big trial. Yeah, I don't. It feels like Meadows is going to get it feels like a cut. And then for Trump, it's just, we don't care that you're spoiled and lazy. What you've tried to do, yeah, we're not putting up with this. So I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of luck. Amy Jones says there again, Orangina may not want his trial televised. Oh, he says he does. Alan says if it goes to federal court, they'll try to get their cases dismissed. They're not going to have any luck. It just does not feel like they will have any luck getting their cases dismissed. There are two grand juries who separate people, separate thing, who both said these people need to be charged with crimes. Even federal judges are not in a hurry to just go, you know what I mean? All right, let's check the lighting. That's auto exposure. No. That's that. There, that's good. All right, we'll stick with that. It's that time of year. Yeah, Teresa Ford, is just a delay. Yeah, I would agree with that completely. Cherry Bomb says the grand juries also said there was no election fraud. Thank you. Okay, 4220. Glenn Bird had a question. Let's see here, 4220. Thank you so much for being here. Will enough states not let Trump be on the ballot, and enough to keep him from getting Electoral College votes? Okay, hang on. Will enough states not let Trump be on the ballot to keep him from getting enough college votes to win if he survives to run? Will he be kept off enough state ballots that he cannot win enough electoral votes? Okay. Hello, Doug. Hello, Joe. No, well, not yet. I'm not sure what's next, but 4330, Glenn Bird, will enough states, okay, yes, okay, electoral votes. Trump on the defensive. You think? You tried to destroy our democracy, Spiff. Judgment. You're getting judgment up front. Because we have eyes. We saw what happened. 5 of Swords. Insult to injury. If Donald Trump had a middle name, and it wasn't the devil, had a tarot card middle name, and it wasn't the devil, it would be adding insult to injury. 9 of Wands. 6 of Cups. Death card. Oh, there are a lot of states. I don't know how fast it's going to happen. It feels like there will be some convictions in place before it. I mean, I know there are at least 3 states who are already trying to stop Trump from being on the ballot, but it feels like there'll be at least one major conviction in place, if not more. So there'll be big judgment about his insult to injury. Oh, he's so put upon. This is nostalgia. We want things. We want make government boring again. It helps out where it can, and we move forward. And Trump's political future is none. So I hope he has a future, a long one, because I would like him to be held accountable for his crimes in a court of law with evidence. Nothing more. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Thank you. All right. Mike Lindell. At 45:45. Oh, Pillow. Mr. Pillow. Mike Lindell's been having a bad time recently and acted a fool during his Dominion deposition by telling lawyers, "Don't scold me." How entitled are you, Spiff? You're being deposed. You can't tell the opposing side's lawyers how to talk to you. Yes, Veronica, we were talking about that earlier. Just so you know. So, will his antics finish bankrupting him? Valerie says this read has a cornucopia of garbage subjects. Well, it's better than all those months where we had to read on these jerks and who at the time were succeeding in their own horrible plans. These are the good days where it's like, oh, people being held accountable. Ace of Swords. Yeah, the sword of truth is none of these people's friends. Sword of truth is helping one side in all of this, and it's the side with the truth on it and democracy on it. The devil, he's so full of himself. 8 of Cups. 8 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Good grief. The corruption, this is willful ignorance. I mean, willful ignorance. And all of his fake evidence, please. And how many experts looked at his evidence and to a one said, there's literally nothing here. Flim flam, garbage. 8 of Pentacles is a job. It's making money. 2 of Pentacles is very unsteady. His business is, let's just say, not what it used to be. So I've got an H right there. As well. And then 10 of Pentacles. He wants to leave a legacy. Make a lot of money and leave it to charity. Help a lot of people. That's a legacy worth having. This willful blindness, garbage, lying, entitled, blankety blank. That's no legacy. No, people. It just disgust. What I'm feeling is the people having to listen to him. If it's on a jury, if it's whatever it is, it just feels like. I mean, I get annoyed with him, but it feels like just disgust. Just saying things with no basis, just lying. Juries don't like you lying to their face. And when it's pointed out, you have no evidence, continuing to lie. That's when you get juries really turning against you because you're just insulting their intelligence. Cherry Bomb says Dominion's going to own that pillow company. Yeah. Pillow's got a lot of pain in front of him of his own making. So, Mr. Yogi says, I feel like my thumbs are stronger due to shuffling tarot cards for a couple of months. There's probably something to that. All right. I had 15. Thread of Hope had a question. Oh, Supreme Court. Oh, the pain. Okay, so the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, will be ruling on, is it Acheson Hotels? Acheson, Acheson Hotels versus Laufer, which could undo an important tool and part of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Will they strip away power from the American with Disabilities Act? Oh, yeah. Just... Look. I'm not Catholic anymore. I stopped being Catholic when I was 16. All right. Until then, I went to a lot of Catholic schools, and not exclusively, but mostly Catholic schools. My family's Catholic. I was raised in Catholicism. And there was a woman who came to one of the writing groups I was in who told a story. Story was, there were in this office building, there was one long hallway, and then there was a side hallway. And both these hallways and the side hallway all converged at a water fountain. And she said, this sounds like a joke, but it's the truth. I was coming to get some water. There was a guy coming to get some water. And we both saw that someone coming out of the crossing, and it was a nun. It sounds like a joke, but it wasn't. And so she said, I stepped back. The guy stepped back. And we were both like, oh, please, to the nun, please, go to use the water fountain first. And the nun was like, oh, absolutely not. Please, you both must drink before I do. And both of them were like, no. Sorry to be rude, but no, we can't. I can't. No. Mm-mm. And she was telling me the story, and I'm just like, you're right. No, you can't. No. The nun has to drink first. She has to. Mm-mm. You don't go in front of the nun? No, I'm not even Catholic anymore. You just, no. Right? What level of scumbag do you have to be? I haven't even pulled cards on it yet, but there's even a chance that you're going to take power away from the Americans with Disabilities Act. That's a level of scumbaggery of epic proportions. Elizabeth Farmer says, I would very suddenly not be thirsty anymore. I know, right? Amy Jones, yes, the 45 administration did a lot to strip away rights of people with disabilities. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Paula Stahl says, I'm sure the veterans will love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trish is like, in all caps, exactly, the nun drinks first. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Michelle says, I've never been Catholic. I wouldn't drink before a nun. I know, right? Azalea, I agree. Okay. Thread of Hope says, the ADA is one of the best things America has implemented in our legal history. Exactly. All right. Lois McDonald says, sure, let's attack the indefensible. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, attack the indefensible? They may try to go forward with the indefensible. Paula Stahl says, ladies first, none or no none. I'm old-fashioned like that, too. I like when... Well, I hold doors open for people. I don't see why people don't just help each other, being part of civilization. And frankly, I like when a guy holds the door open for me. I'm old-fashioned. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, well, you don't want to inconvenience the business owners. Okay. Yes, Julian, there are good nuns and bad nuns. Yes, absolutely. Yes, my manic, common courtesy. Yes. 8 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups. This would be the people fighting to help people who are dealing with a disadvantage. 4 of Swords. And the Moon. Are they going to even hear this? Because this sends, all I know is these are a lot of attacks on the far right. This is people, far right justices listening, making their arguments, asking questions. This would be the people fighting to help others. But we've got legal silence and chaos howling at the moon kinds of chaos. Yeah, Cherry Bomb. Hey, you're having a hard time just trying to survive in a society not built to accommodate you at all. Let's make it worse. No. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Thread of Hope says it's got a date on the SCOTUS calendar. Maybe they swatted away. Gosh, I hope so. Card down, card down. Hang on. Oh, magician. Wily little thing. Man. Chariot. 10 of Cups. King of Cups. Well, that would be a big case, and in theory would be celebrating, but it doesn't feel good. I'm getting a really nasty, like, sweating feeling. Yes, Raymond, let's figure out a way we can profit off the disabled. Yeah. I don't like the energy on this. Amy Jones says, I love this Pope. He's such a reasonable man. I don't agree with everything he believes, but I will give him and he's still not 100% dealing with the priest behaving badly situation. But of all the popes I know of, he seems a lot better than the others. But King of Swords. Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Okay. What I'm getting is they wouldn't gut it. I wonder if they would, is the lower court case it's based on, does that just carve some of the American with Disabilities Act out? Does it just like take a chunk off the corner? Because That's what I'm getting. So maybe letting the lower court ruling stand. I don't know what the lower court ruling is. But man, okay. Dave, is that your excuse? I'm kidding. I tease. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna leave on talk about a frustrating, stupid. Talk about duh. We're not leaving on a happy note, but we're leaving on to something we need to look at. Okay, so bear with me. Senate Republicans held a conference to try to save the next election by rebranding. Yes, rebranding. That's what's wrong with the Republican Party, the MAGA far-right party. They have a branding problem. Gotcha. Senate Republicans held a conference to try to save the next election by rebranding their pro-life stance as pro-baby. I'm glad my hair's wet, because otherwise it would be on fire. This is to clear up any confusion, quote. This is to, quote, clear up any confusion, unquote. Do they actually believe this will work? Because the point isn't, if you're saying pro-life or pro-baby, it still doesn't, it's still, sure, let the mothers die. Sure, let there be incredible suffering. Sure, let there be more orphan children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the reasons that there's an argument to be made, and it has been made by people with more knowledge than I, that one of the reasons that the crime rate started dropping in the 90s was because of Roe v. Wade passing in 71. If you have less children you have fewer children who are born into extreme poverty, incredibly bad situations, to families who can't care for them. Yeah, you get more crime. But of course, that doesn't matter. Yes, Jolene Larson is saying because of their love of guns, they can't really be called pro-life. There's that. Four of Cups. Oh, yes, women are, yes, that's what the problem with the Republicans. We just don't like that branding. Oh, it's not really our color. You know how picky women are about choosing a color. The brand of that I need something that makes me look pretty while I'm home, chained to the stove. 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords, that would be elections, voting. This would be a King of Cups. This is, 10 of Cups is happy families. Happy families with mothers who are alive. King of Cups, allies, voting. Get stuffed. Okay, so anyway. All right, that's going to do it for me for today. But let me tell you, there are good days ahead. Oh my gosh, there are good days ahead. It is 1:23 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome to join. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. I'm here 365 days of the year. I am not exaggerating. I literally am and have been for years. All right. So please try to remember, don't let these jerks get to you. Really, don't let them get to you. They are so extreme and stupid because they're outnumbered, because there are more decent people in the world, because the world has a whole lot of decent people. So you're not alone. We're in this together, and there are good days ahead. There are. Okay? So hang in there, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.